It's not worth it. DX12, anything just sucks. Stick to DX11. Right now, yeah. But hopefully in the future it improves, and then we can start trying different things again. Good old Field Marshal Haig, yeah. What was the battle between Germany and France in the south of France? Or the south, I shouldn't say the south of France, but like the south of the line, which was just insane. The one where it was just like an absolute fucking cesspit of just destruction. The one where a lot of the guys actually drowned in mud, which is just wild to think about. Was it Verdun? It might have been Verdun. It was France versus Germany. Nobody else was involved. But it was just fucking awful, man. I wonder if the malnutrition issue is why Australia was seen as fierce fighters, because the British they came up against were just not in good health to do the same. So, the British armed forces were incredibly well trained, incredibly well fed, and really good. The problem is they weren't like the standard infantry, right? So the army before the Second World War in Britain was very, very good. It wasn't big, but it was like a proper army. Which is why in the early areas of the war, during the German advancements, during the expeditionary force, Britain actually did really well. But that wasn't the regular British soldier. By the point of like 1916-17, a lot of those guys were dead. Like there just wasn't any of them left, or they had, had to leave the battlefield. Passchendaele, that's the one. Isn't that the one where I think they had to advance up the hill? Like there was a huge hill and there was just a ridiculous amount of artillery fire and destruction, and no side would give it up. And it was just an absolute massacre of both sides. Just insane. Because yeah, we at least in school we learnt about the Somme, we learned about Ypres, we learned about like the early stages of the war with like the fortresses and the fighting that happened there. One thing we didn't read a lot about or hear a lot about was the French versus German ones along their area of the line. And there is just some absolute carnage in those. Like, one of the things I always found odd was why France obviously capitulated very quickly in the Second World War. Because the idea of just losing your homeland and not really being bothered by it and all of this stuff, right? And I looked into a lot of like theories why it happened. Bad management. Another one was being really discontent with the leadership. Like during the 1930s, there was a lot of protests in France, and there was a lot of issues with manufacturers and producers just being absolutely shit for like the common person. But one of the huge things was France lost so many men during the First World War. Like an insane amount of men. And I can understand if you lose like pretty much just a whole generation of men. And the people who grow up out of that are from the people who survived. Right? So they hear all the war stories, they hear all the craziness that happened, they hear all of that stuff. It doesn't surprise me that people just don't want to fight. Because why would you? Didn't France have the best army right before World War II started? No, they didn't. The French army before the First World War was very, very very backwards. The French army at the start of the Second World War, they had some of the best vehicle designs, at least from the 1930s, but they were behind in pretty much every other aspect. They were very behind. Please tell me if the premium tank packs are on 50% sale right now? No, not yet. They will be in a few days. Go ahead, full ammo. The French army in the First World War had a bit of a problem because they decided, at least at the start of it, that the war was going to be very similar to the wars that they'd fought previously. Like the fact that they still wore blue and red uniforms in a trench, in trench warfare, just tells you all it needs to know, right? Ridiculous. Man. Come on. Oh shit. Ran out of shells. Did I really fire that many shells? Didn't feel like I did. But the French armor doctrine was a dead end? Yeah, it was just bigger and bigger and bigger. It was survival and nothing else. Which works until you have to fire back. We learn about the Somme, Gallipoli, and a little about North Africa. But mostly Gallipoli. Also any place we were digging tunnels. Yeah, the good old sappers and saboteurs. Right, so they don't know I don't have no rounds. Gonna be here for a while, so.
Thanks. Let's keep the pressure on. Victory is close.
I think his engine was knocked out. He knew I was there because he kept moving his turret. Yeah, he was getting attacked by somebody else. Okay. I seen the range change and thought you HE loaded. Yeah. Nah, I cocked it. I have a lot of people that. Let's get out of here though. Alright, let's go. Our team's here now. We can move. See you later, TK. Merry Christmas, man. Look after yourself. Good morning, Watts. Nice to see you. Wait, they capped that? Oh god. Okay, that wasn't aimed at me. That could have been really bad. Oh dear. I got his fuselage. It's not enough though. These DO 335s can just end me. Is the US ground tree worth it? I'd say yes. There's a lot to it which is really fun. You know, they get stabilizers early, which make it really easy to kind of grind out. They also have a lot of light tanks, and the only thing they really struggle with is AAs, but they've started to address that. That's good. The 335 is running out of juice. Nice. So many people in cast elements. Does the T20 have a... Does the T20 have a 50 cal? Fuck. Oh. Ah. Oof.
Attention to the map.
Crazy. Hey LC, nice to see you. Merry Christmas, man.
Keep it up and
Do
victory
do
will be ours.
do do do. It does have a roof around 50. Oh, nice. It's a K4. I hit him, but not enough. There we go. The reason I went in a plane instead of a tank is just because I need special task air kills. So we'll just do that. Ooh! I think he should burn to death. Or at least get close. Did he die? No. When he dies, we might have it. Oh, there it is. Beauty. Goddamn. Whew. Do I like the Super Hellcat? Yes, I do.
We no longer have the advantage.
Oof. Right, hopefully they have no more planes. If they do, I don't think we're getting there. A Christmas nuke. Good old M64 carrying us once again. Yeah, the Super Hellcat is one of those which is pretty fun. It's not too bad. This is also great for the marker distinction. Christmas nuke should be more festive. They should, like, when you drop it, it should say ho ho ho. Alright, stay low. They have as a storer, so... Bombs away! Abo. Whew. I like the new fireworks artillery. Yeah, that stuff's pretty fun. Good evening, Laning. Merry Christmas, man. Christmas nuke time. Why am I violating the MPT? Because it's Christmas. Christmas is a time for drinking and nuking. That's how it goes. Oh dear. Like fireworks and additional festive things? Yeah, that'd be fun. I just think the idea of Santa delivering a nuke would just be really fun. But there you go. 150 KSL. Bunch of RP. Good activity. And also this too, so not too shabby. Pretty good.